Let's quickly talk about LLC Business Loans No Documents, massive approval ASAP. And so here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number 6, we have On Deck, our score, 8.4 over 10. So when you think about On Deck, I want you to think about a lender that is great for LLC, short-term business loans here, no documentation, okay? And term length is kind of limited though. They're not really giving you like 5 years or 10 years. They're giving you 24 months, which is still good anyway. Why? Because On Deck can approve you all the way to $250,000, so $250,000. This is really great, and you can use the cash for a lot of things. You can use the cash to take care of inventory, take care of whatever, like payroll, to take care of payroll, whatever. So this is really good. The only thing is the APR is really high. Like the APR is really high with On Deck. They're starting you around 30%. They can go all the way to 99%. So this is really high. And so sometimes they might ask you to have a credit score of 575 all the way to 625, but there are absolutely no documentation. And the only thing they might ask you is to actually provide a link to your business bank account, so they have a clear idea about your liquidity situation. Okay, but the term length here, I want you to remember here, it has to be 24 months maximum. On Deck does not go over 2 years. They just want to limit their risks. And what they do is, even if they give you the LLC business loan, they're still monitoring your situation though. So this is important. Now, to qualify for this, minimum time in business, 6 to 12 months. And so the time to funding, same day. So your LLC can get, like the funds can be available in your LLC business bank account, like within the same day. So if you start, let's say around 9 a.m. Pacific, think about the next day around noon Pacific, you'll be good to go. Okay. So here are the pros and cons of On Deck when it comes to LLC business loans, no documentation, fast approval. And so pros, same day funding is available, and you have prepayment and loyalty benefits. So if you prepay your LLC business loan, you can get some benefits. What about the cons here? Well, this loan is not available if your LLC is in Nevada, North Dakota, or South Dakota. And so On Deck also requires like $100,000 in annual gross revenue, like $150,000 to $100,000 in annual gross revenue to qualify. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here, to have this quick convo with you about LLC business loans, no documents, and massive approval. Number 5, we have Fundbox, our score, 8.8 over 10. So when you think about Fundbox, I want you to think about an LLC business loan, no documentation. That is great. That it actually approves you real fast. So this lender is great for quick approvals. And so what are the conditions here? So the term length goes from 12 to 24 weeks. So you're not getting 5 years. You're not getting 10 years. You're not getting, like you could get those with when you apply with banks. But if you apply with alternative lenders, you have to expect those shorter repayment windows. Okay. And so the maximum amount for your LLC business loan, no documents through On Deck is $150,000. The estimated interest rate actually varies according to the repayment window. So if you opt for a 12-week term, again, when we talk about 12-week, we're speaking about what? 3 months. So you are, you not even 3 months. That's less than 3 months actually. So, but again, the APR here will be 4.66%. But if you opt for a 24-week term, which is really not big that much. I mean, that's like less than 6 months, 6 months. So you have to pay 8.99%. And so for your LLC to qualify, your LLC must be in business for at least 6 months, and you can get funded within the next business day. And sometimes the Fundbox might ask for your FICO score. So if you have like 550 to 600, they will qualify you, not a problem at all. I want to quickly revisit the pros and cons of this lender. So the pros, your LLC will receive a decision within minutes, and there are no application, origination, or early repayment fees. So again, a lot of things that really will benefit your LLC. What about the cons here? Well, with this lender, you have short terms with weekly payments required, and sometimes the lender requires your LLC to have annual revenue. that oscillates between $50 and $100,000. That's minimum though. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about LLC Business Loans No Documents Fast Approval. Number 4, we have Fora Financial. Our score, 9/10. So when you think about Fora Financial, I want you to think about a lender that is great for working capital loans for your LLC. So term length here, we are looking at up to 15 months. This is really good. So 15 months, it's kind of short, but it's still okay. So 15 months, that's 1 year and 3 months. And the maximum loan amount for your LLC here is $1.5 million. And so with this lender, the minimum credit score is 500. And the thing is, Fora Financial does all kinds of business lending for LLCs. And so they do, they can be an MCA lender. They can be a revenue-based lender. They could do a lot of things. And their estimated factor rate goes from 1.10 to 1.40. So it is what it is. And Fora Financial wants your LLC to be in business minimum for 6 months before you apply. Now, the time to funding is not as fast as the other players. With Fora, you got to be really patient. And I'm talking being really, really patient, okay? Because you could be funded within 72 hours or be funded within 1 week. So it is really what it is. Again, 1 week is not a big deal, but when you compare this to other lenders in the industry, they're actually funding you within 4 hours. This could be problematic. So here are the pros and cons of this LLC Business Loan No Documents Fast Approval. Pros: you have fast funding times. You have early payoff discounts. This is really good. What about the cons here? Well, Fora Financial requires $12,000. It goes from $10,000 to $12,000 a month in gross sales to qualify. So if you want your LLC to qualify, you have to show some revenue here. And you cannot have any open or dismissed bankruptcies less than 1 year. 12 months, that's how far back they go. Number 3 we have here, Quick Bridge. Our score, 9.4/10. So if you're looking for a lender that's great for LLC business loan term flexibility, you want to think about this one because it offers LLC business loans, no documents, massive approval, but it's really flexible also. The term length here up to 18 months. Maximum amount $400,000. The estimated interest rate, it goes from 10% all the way to 39%. Okay, minimum credit score, it goes from 550 to 600. And the minimum time that your LLC has to be in business, we're talking about 6 months. That's the minimum here. And the time to funding can be as soon as 24 hours. I mean, QuickBridge can be really quick when it comes to releasing funds. So what are the pros and cons of this lender? Let's quickly talk about this so we have a clear idea what you could be getting yourself into potentially. The pros: there are no hidden fees, and there are funding options for women and minority-owned businesses. So again, this is really, really cool because in terms of diversity, in terms of helping all kinds of entrepreneurs get in the game, that's really fantastic. What about the cons? Now, the thing is, you might have to post like a huge sort of, even though this is an LLC business loan, no documents, this lender, QuickBridge, may require you to post a huge amount, like $250,000 in annual sales to qualify. And also, we haven't found any serious attempt at transparency about interest rates after we actually reviewed this lender. So overall, this is really great. So if you're looking for, let's say, a large LLC business loan, no documents, QuickBridge can actually help you out. And this lender has industry insights and professional advice and finance options specifically designed for like let's say for certain businesses. It's all about what really works for you. So The quick bridge hour score 9.4 over 10. So fantastic. One thing I also need to say is that this lender is really innovative. It adapts to your needs. Number 2, we have Credibly. Our score 9.6 over 10. So when you think about Credibly, I want you to think about a lender that can be that is credible, and so no pun intended here. So what we love about Credibly is that it's great for high revenue LLC businesses. So if you are in that category, if you have a high revenue, if you're growing like really fast, you might want to consider Credibly. And the maximum loan amount for your LLC here is $400,000. And the estimated APR goes from 10% all the way to 19%. This is really good. And in some cases, if Credibly asks for your credit score, 500 is the minimum they actually can start working with. And so you have a minimum time in business for your LLC. You have 6 months, and the time to funding for your LLC, you have 1 day. So this is really cool. Let me quickly talk about the pros and cons of this lender. So the pros, you have same day funding for your LLC. You have low credit score requirements. So what I'm trying to say is if you as a partner to your LLC is maybe having like a bad day or has a bad credit, basically you can always sort of compensate that. Okay, you can compensate that. This is kind of cool by actually beefing up your application process. This is really good. And so you have low credit score requirements. And one thing we love about Credibly is that it's really helping you get the funds real fast. What about the cons here? Now, this lender requires $15,000 in average monthly revenue to qualify. And the lender also requires daily or weekly payments. So be aware of that, because anytime we talk about daily payments, this could be really disruptive to your liquidity. So if you have high monthly revenue as well as bad credit, Credibly working capital loan is great for your LLC, and it's a no document loan. It offers up to $400,000 to address various business needs. In addition, Credibly offers a business line of credit and merchant cash advance. Boss, I just want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about LLC, business loans, no documents, fast approval, massive approval if you want. Number 1, we have T-Core Financial. Our score 9.7 over 10. So when you think about T-Core Financial, I want you to think about the quintessential LLC business loan, no documents, fast approval, of course. And T-Core does a lot of things. T-Core does equipment loans for your LLC. T-Core does business term loans. T-Core does LLC term advances, cash advances. T-Core does a lot of loans. And what we love about this LLC business loan no documents is that you can be approved all the way to $2 million. Can you imagine? $2 million. And the term length, very flexible. We are looking at 12 to 84 months. And the APR starts at around 3.49%. Just so you know, nothing really high here. Minimum credit score 550. So this is really good also, especially for a no doc loan. And your LLC must be in business less than 2 years. If you are around 15 months, they will start like T-Core can consider your application. And again, the term length here, we are speaking about 12 to 84 months. So this is really good. And the time to funding, 4 to 24 hours. So you can see that T-Core is really fast in terms of approving you. It's really fast in terms of giving you the cash you need anyway. So in our view, T-Core is great, is ideal for startups and also for lenders that have no revenue restrictions. So one thing I want to say is that T-Core might actually require a personal guarantee in some cases, and this lender includes a document fee, which is not publicly disclosed. So if you're looking for all kinds of business term loans for your LLC, or you're looking for equipment financing for your LLC, then your startup business, like your business investment, An equipment loan is really good because this is something that can actually help you in many instances down the road. So it is a worthy investment to think about. And one thing I want to say also in relation to TACOR is that you are able to see your loan online in real time. Let me close to this conversation by talking a little bit about the overview. So when we talk about LLC business loans, no documents, massive approval, it's really important to understand that there are different types of LLC business loan, no documentation. Okay, so you have term loans, you have secure loans, you have lines of credit, you have working capital loans, you have equipment financing, you have invoice factoring, you have merchant cash advances. So you do have a large constellation. So whenever you are interested in applying for an LLC business loan, no documents, it's important to pinpoint the specific loan that you are looking for. Are you looking for example, a business term loan, like for your LLC, an LLC business term loan? If that's the case, then you really have to do everything so that you can qualify, at least trying to reach out to someone who is an expert in that field. Same thing for secure loans. So if you have a secure loans, or even before you actually contract a secure loans, talk to someone. That way you can really you know everything that can go wrong before you even apply. So you also have a business line of credit for your LLC. So you have an LLC business line of credit. So this is really good also in terms of diversifying your sources of funding. You also have LLC working capital loans. So here again, we are diversifying your sources of LLC business funding, and especially for if you think about a working capital loan for your LLC, you are thinking about money that you need to finance the operation. So there could be a strong correlation between, think about the payroll and how you actually plan your workforce. So this could be problematic here. So you have lines of credit, you have LLC working capital loans, you have LLC equipment financing. So you have a lot of players. So it's good to have a constellation of lenders who are vying for your business, because what's going to happen here is that the rates overall will have to fall at some point so that you are able to finance a larger amount. You are able to finance a larger portion of your dream and be there be there when the lender is asking you a specific question that relates to your application. All right, I just want to quickly show you our approach when it comes to LLC business loans, no documents. We have a system in place when it comes to categorizing, reviewing, and listing those LLC business loans, no document. Check this out. All right, cool. Let's quickly recap here. Number one, TACOR Financial, 9.7 over 10. Number two, we have Credibly, 9.6 over 10. Number three, we have QuickBridge, our score, 9.4 over 10. Number four, we have Fundbox, our score, 8.8 over 10. This is really cool. And number six, we have OnDeck, our score, 8.4 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.